Wow. Good evening, everybody, and good morning to our US colleagues. Wow, what a new year. Compliments of the new season. We in the new year, we are starting it on a high. I know today is the 2nd of January, but hey, better late than never. But we are here today and we are starting it. We are kicking it. For those who don't know me, my name is Lebogang Matsunyani. I'm the regional manager for dōTERRA in South Africa. Wow, I'm so excited to see many of you joining this call. And with that being said, please share, invite a whole lot of people to join us. This is a special call that we are bringing to you. We've got so much to share with you, and you're going to be excited. And thank you so much for taking the time to joining us on the 2nd of January. This shows how serious and how you're ready to kickstart the year on a high. I'm so excited to be doing that with you. And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, please join me in introducing and welcoming our General Manager, Edison, on the call. Hi, Edison. Good morning to you.
And good afternoon, evening back to you, my friend. Thank you.
Thank you for joining us. I'll hand over to you.
I appreciate it. Thank you. And thanks for bringing great energy this evening, morning, depending where everyone's at. Good music to kind of get the vibes started. Happy New Year to all of our friends. Hope that it's been a fabulous holidays for you. We know that many of you are probably still on holiday. I wonder if anyone is listening to this from the beach or overlooking the ocean or something. If you are, right, you can make sure you comment on that. We're sure that that's probably no better time of year than to be enjoying the outdoors than right now. So we are appreciative of everyone joining us today. We're excited to kickstart this incredible year of 2025. We are so excited for it. I think personally, I have a lot of personal goals that I hope to accomplish this year, health-wise, personal growth-wise, and I'm sure many of you have said a lot of those as well. So glad that we can kickstart the year together. I know we are excited to be having Dr. Brannick Riggs with us on the call today, and I'll just kind of go through a few things here and give an introduction, and we'll turn some time to him here. We are looking to try to help everyone start their new year with a good kickstart. As many of you may have seen, we're starting this year with some very fun promotions. None better than our kickstart to the year 2025 MetaPWR bundle. Now, this is a new offering that we're offering, which is specifically focused on two main products or three main products within our MetaPWR line. You can skip through for me, Ryan. You can get to our bundle here. But we are so excited to be able to offer this. So our MetaPWR line consists of the MetaPWR Essential Oil Blend, right? And it also includes a few other products, specifically a gum, which is, again, connected to the MetaPWR oil. And then you have two other supporting products that be able to go with this line, the MetaPWR Advantage Collagen and NMN product, which has been very, very popular. We know many of you use this product on a monthly basis. And then the MetaPWR Assist product for assisting your metabolic health, which many of you we know use on a monthly basis, but we know many of you may not be so sure about this product. So we have wanted to be able to bring in this amazing New Year bundle that allows you to experience the blend through the MetaPWR beadlet. So you'll be able to get the benefits of the essential oil through the beadlet. Bringing in those two supporting products that we really want to focus on today, which is the MetaPWR Assist and the MetaPWR Advantage. Now, what's fun about this is we hear a lot of times that, oh, well, I want my spouse to take this, or I want to be able to share this with other people, but I need to hold on to my supply for the full month. And so we thought, what better way to start the new year than to offer this bundle for those who purchase this bundle they will get an additional MetaPWR Advantage for free for just this month. And so this is a great promotion. One of my favorite ones I think that we've ever done to be able to kick off the new year, to be able to allow as many people to experience the benefits of MetaPWR altogether. So we hope you're excited about this. So as we were launching this bundle, we thought it best to bring in one of the best experts in all things dōTERRA and understanding MetaPWR from the blend all the way through understanding the Advantage and the Assist. We invited Dr. Brannick Riggs, who absolutely loves to spend time with South Africa. We were at the Christmas party, Brannick, right? Just a few weeks ago, we were at the dōTERRA corporate Christmas party.
Yeah.
We ran into each other and he pulls me aside. He's like, when are we doing stuff for South Africa again? I want to get on. And I was like, well, I have the perfect thing for you, my friend. So we're excited to have Dr. Brannick Riggs. He's the Vice President of Essential Oil Education here with dōTERRA. He's been with us just under a decade and was, those of you who have met him, was in South Africa a few years ago when we launched our Lifelong Vitality products, and we are so excited every time that he is able to join us. So my friend, they're always tired of hearing from me at the beginning here, and they're all here for you. So we will turn it directly over to you.
Well, thank you. That's so kind of you, Addison. And I got to tell you, I did fall in love with South Africa when I was there. You really have a beautiful country and a beautiful people there. And I really believe that South Africa for dōTERRA is the toehold into the continent. That as you grow, you will be the thing, you will be the people that bring health and wellness to those in the continent of Africa that are searching for the answers that you have. Let me see if I can just share my screen here. Can someone enable me to be able to share my screen? I don't know if that's you, Ryan, or if we have somebody else on that can do that. Still says the host has disabled screen sharing for me. But I really am excited about this being New Year's. I know many of you are still kind of on vacation, and many of you are still kind of involved with still kind of your holiday life, which I understand. But I love the New Year because it gives us opportunity to focus on change for a moment. We all go through periods of life in which we want to make some changes, and so and that's wonderful. But I love that the calendar sets a prime time for us to make changes in our life. And oh, perfect! Now I can share my screen here. Okay. So you can see the 2025, Happy New Year 2025 there. Okay. So I really do love it because of that fact that we get to make some changes. And so, and not to go into it with flogging ourselves for how bad we've been, you know, holidays, there's time for family, and that's always food time. But just to say, hey, this is an opportunity for me to make some changes I've needed to make, and I really love that about New Year's. And so I want you to go into New Year's with a positive attitude towards the opportunity that we have to change our lives. So with that, I want to start with this concept here. Let's see if we can go there. There we go. Of wellness starting at the cellular level. We are all familiar with our wellness pyramid and what the wellness pyramid represents for us, with a foundation of nutrition and digestion. Then once we have that under control, we move up to movement and metabolism, rest and manage stress, then reduce toxic exposure, informed self-care, and then proactive medical care. But I want to really focus on this cellular level concept for a moment. If we look at the organization of the human body, it really starts with molecules. Molecules then help us create cells. cells require cofactors, vitamins, minerals, etc., to function properly. Cells make up tissues, tissues make up organs, organs make up systems, and then the systems make up our organism or the human body. And so that's the way that our health is organized. Our organism health, human health, is really based at the cellular level. So let me give you a quick example of what this means that we're probably all familiar with. When you look at a red blood cell, within a red blood cell is something called the hemoglobin molecule. Now, you don't need to know all this stuff about 2 beta chains and 2 alpha chains and all of that, but you might want to notice that little tiny red dot that says iron. Iron is a cofactor for hemoglobin. Now, what does that iron do for us? Now, notice there's an iron in every single hemoglobin chain there. Okay, it carries oxygen, right? So hemoglobin within red blood cells carry oxygen. Oxygen then goes to all the cells of the human body, and oxygen is required for all of our cells to function properly. So if we don't have enough iron in the system, we begin to have cellular dysfunction because of the lack of oxygen. The lack of oxygen then makes tissues not work, systems not work, and then our body doesn't work. And so signs of low iron are the same signs of low oxygen: headache, restlessness, confusion, rapid heart rate. We call that tachycardia. Rapid breathing. We call that tachypnea. Even anxiety can be associated with low iron because we feel anxious if our body doesn't get enough oxygen. And so we really have to start with this foundation looking at cellular health. And these things, our VMZ, our X-omegas, our alpha CRS, those 3 things provide the cofactors for our cells to function properly. Okay? So it's really important that we understand that foundationally, we need to be doing these things. Okay, our X-omegas have the essential fatty acids in the carotenoid blend. Of course, it has the CPTG essential oils in it. Our VMZ has essential vitamins, essential minerals, and then our alpha CRS has our cellular longevity blend and our cellular energy blend. So if you remember that. Now, this next slide, I love this representation. This is a representation of our microbiome. Remember that our microbiome is a collection of bacteria, viruses, and fungi that live in or on the human body. There are 100 trillion microbial cells in the human microbiome. There are only around 32 trillion human cells in the body. So we are actually more microbiome than we are human, which is amazing to me. And it turns out that up to 90% of all diseases are traced back to our microbiome. Just tells you how important it is. So what is our microbiome doing for us? Well, it helps us with digestion, of course. It educates and supports the immune system. 70% of our immune system is found in our GI tract. It prevents pathogens from invading. It makes vitamins that we cannot make. And it supports the nervous system by making neurotransmitters. Think about serotonin. 92% of all serotonin is made in the gut. Serotonin is that feel-good hormone that makes us feel happy. So, therefore, PB Restore is also so very important for us to be taking every day. It really does support that microbiome quite well. Supports 4 different microbiomes: our oral microbiome, okay, our GI tract microbiome, our skin microbiome, and female reproductive tract microbiome. Those 4 things are found in PB Restore. But once we have that foundation of our LLV and our PB Restore that we're taking every day, the next part of the pyramid really is that movement and metabolism. And let me give you some statistics about South Africa specifically. I looked these up this morning. Only about 23% of adults in South Africa are metabolically healthy. 23% are metabolically healthy. That means that 77% of us need to have some change about our lifestyle. And the problem is now affecting our children as well. The prevalence of metabolic syndrome, which is a diagnosis, is a little, it varies. It's up to 62% in South Africa. It's particularly high in Black South African women. Obesity, they say that in South Africa, national survey says that about 57% of women and 28% of men are obese. High blood pressure, 77% of the population has high blood pressure. And the rate of type 2 diabetes is increasing drastically. Used to be 5.5%. It's now 9% amongst the population. So it's changing quite a bit. So what is metabolic health? Metabolic health is really how we use our body, the processes in our body, to convert what we eat into energy. And we either store that energy or we use that energy. And that's what metabolic health is. It really has to do with a couple of things: healthy eating, daily movement, healthy connections, stress management, and smart supplementation. Interestingly, the number one predictor of how long we are going to live is actually healthy connections. How healthy are our relationships with each other? More important than healthy eating and daily movement, interestingly, it's how healthy are our relationships. So we need to make sure that we are participating in healthy relationships, that we have great human connection, and we need to invest in those people that are worth investing in, but also invest in us. And then beyond that, of course, healthy eating. We've got to make sure that we're eating things that can be easily converted into energy, and that we're not storing lots of fats like our simple carbohydrates, and then moving more. Turns out our bodies are made to move. I worked with a biochemist when I was an undergraduate that did studies on astronauts. He found that when an astronaut spends 1 day in space, 24-hour period, they lose 1/3 of their muscle mass because they're not using their muscles when they're in space. 1/3 a day. So imagine those days when we're sick, we're not feeling good, we lay in bed all day, our muscle mass goes drastically down. Or days like this where I'm sitting in a chair, I'm in the office, muscle mass goes down. We've got to move to make sure that we're healthy. Turns out that metabolic age and biological age are inseparable. We really do want to make sure that our lifespan equals our health span, so that we live as long as our health supports us. I really don't want to be that black line there that shows that my health span is going down significantly in the last several decades of my life. And I might get a little bump of my lifespan towards the end because of modern medicine, right, etc. But really, I would love to have that orange line be my health, and that my health lasts as long as my life does, so that then I only have a decrease in health in the last few days or weeks of my life. That's so very important. And we know that actually we begin aging at about the age of 25. And any of us that are a few years older than 25, I think I'm now a couple years more than that, recognize that I don't feel the same at 55 as I did at 25, right? There's changes in my body. And that's because one of the reasons is our NAD level steadily drops starting at age 25. As a matter of fact, at age 40, we have half the NAD that we had at age 25. So in 15 years, we reduce it by 50%. So some metabolic health obstacles. Number one is maturing fat cells. We have challenges with maturing fat cells. Now, by the time we become 19 to 20 years old, we all have the same number of fat cells in our body. And those fat cells don't change. I don't gain any more. I don't lose any fat cells as I get any older. The only thing that happens is those fat cells change size. So if I have, let's say, 1,000 fat cells in my body, and they're this big, I'm going to be a little fluffier than if I had fat cells in the human body that were really tiny, right? And so we need to make sure that we're handling our maturing fat cells. So that's our MetaPWR blend. That's its main focus, is it helps us control that maturing fat cells. So it's something called adipogenesis. So what is adipogenesis? It's fat cells. It's the maturing of fat cells, as I said. And I like to liken it to balloons. I can have 100 small balloons, and they're not going to take up much volume. But if I have 100 balloons that I've blown up to their maximum size, now that's going to consume a lot of volume. And so making sure that my fat cell balloons stay nice and tiny are the things that make sure that I stay slimmer and that I'm healthier. You can see here, those are immature fat cells, the ones in light pink on the left-hand side of the slide. On the right-hand side of the slide are the dark pink or the reddish ones, and those are mature fat cells that have lipid droplets in them or cholesterol in them. Okay, that is stored energy from our food. When we eat too much food, our body stores it in fat cells. And so making sure that our body doesn't store those fat cells, store that fat or store that energy in our fat cells, and keeping our fat cells in that small pink range on the left-hand side of the screen is what we want to do. And the beauty of it is that we have data that supports the MetaPWR blend, beadlets, as well as the oil blend, really does help those fat cells not mature, keeping them nice and small. So that's the beauty of our MetaPWR blend. Now, the other challenge that we have is blood sugar spikes. Okay, we have issues with blood sugar spikes. Anybody out there have teenagers? I think Bailey and Matt, you guys have teenagers now, if I remember correctly, or approaching that age. But teenagers, when they first start to drive, they think that there's two pedals in the car for a reason. You either need to be on the brake or on the gas, right? And so they jam down on the gas to make the car go. And then when they make the car want to stop, they jam on the brake. And so you as the passenger sitting there and you're going, oh my gosh, no, and you're getting thrown back and forth. And it turns out that's not great for the car either. To have either the gas or the brake pushed on all the time isn't wonderful. And that's the same thing that happens to the human body when we have these blood sugar spikes and then drops, and then spikes and then drops, and spikes and drops. The cells of the human body do not respond well to that. And so smoothing out those spikes and drops is really what we want to be doing. So that's where our MetaPWR Assist comes into play. Our MetaPWR Assist has 4 things in it. And I'll go over 2 of the things, but it has our MetaPWR blend. We've already talked about that. It has in cinnamon bark powder. Cinnamon bark powder has been shown to decrease our need for insulin, so I love that. It has mulberry leaf in it, and it has berberine in it. So I'm going to go over those 2 really quick, of the berberine and the mulberry leaf. So as we move to our mulberry leaf, on the left-hand side, mulberry leaf has something in it called DNJ. DNJ is a molecule that looks a lot like glucose. And so what DNJ does is it binds to enzymes that break carbohydrates down into glucose. So that then there's no place for those carbohydrates to go, and they move through the GI tract without being broken down into glucose, and therefore it keeps our glucose lower, okay? So I love that DNJ is in there, binding to the enzymes that break carbs into glucose. Basically, it slows down that release of glucose into the bloodstream. So I love that one. And then berberine, on the right-hand side of the screen, berberine is a great antioxidant, but more importantly, it is an AMPK activator. Now, what does that mean? It means it acts like metformin. Okay, it sensitizes our cells to the insulin we produce so that then it works better and we don't have to produce as much insulin, and it keeps our sugars lower. So remember, mulberry leaf inhibits the breakdown of carbohydrates. Berberine increases our sensitivity to insulin. Both things help lower our blood sugar. So we can find that it gives us about a 13% reduction in blood sugar. That's really great. I really like that. Now, this was taking 1 capsule once a day with a meal. I have many people that are taking 1 to 2 capsules with every meal to get even better control of their blood sugar. And so I just love MetaPWR Assist for its control of blood sugars. Again, you can see here, MetaPWR Assist decreases post-meal glucose spikes, reduces absorption of those simple carbohydrates, supports healthy blood sugar response, and stabilizes energy levels throughout the day. Because it's those spike and drops that give us that reduction in energy level, right? So MetaPWR Assist, every day with every meal if you're wanting better sugar control. So the next thing would be cellular integrity. How do we address cellular integrity with our MetaPWR products? Okay, we want to make sure that we look good and feel good, but we look good from the inside out. You know, society today spends millions and millions of dollars trying to look good, right? And please understand, I'm a fan of you ladies. I'm married to one. She's amazing, my wife, Julie. However, there is an obsession with trying to look 25 forever. Let me just tell you that you want to be addressing that from the inside out, not in a synthetic way that many are today. And so this is one of the reasons I love MetaPWR Advantage, is it really does promote healthy biological aging and improves your health span. Also been shown to support lean muscle and connective tissue development and improve skin elasticity and firmness. So I'm going to go through this just real quick with collagen. Collagen is a very large molecule, and lots of women spend a lot of money on collagen, mostly for hair and nails. Notice it hasn't done a lot for my hair. I'm still bald. I keep waiting for that, benefit to show up. But collagen is a very large molecule. You can consume it, but you don't digest it. It doesn't go into the bloodstream because it is so large. And so what we love about our collagen that we have in MetaPWR Advantage is it's 12 times more bioavailable. There's 9 types of collagen rather than just the 2 that is on the market today. And it's activated by you, meaning it comes in a dry powder. When you have collagen sitting in solution and then shipped to you, they have to put stabilizers in that fluid as well. And so then you're having some synthetics in addition to the natural collagen that you're consuming. And so we've decided we won't want to ship it out in fluid. We'll want to ship it out as a dry powder so that then you can activate it. Here's the 9 types of collagen that is listed on our packaging. I love type 9 there, as I have patients that are aging. What I find is often they have back issues. And so collagen type 9 helps support joint and intervertebral discs. And so having a type 9 collagen is great for those of us that might be a little older than 40. And it really does help our back and our spine and our joints respond better. Again, a quick slide here just showing the large molecule of collagen and how we've broken it down into these tripeptide molecules. So they're smaller, 12 times more absorbable than regular collagen. And so we really love our collagen for that reason. And then we have lots of ingredients in this. Now, I don't have time to go through all the ingredients today, and we won't address, but we've got our MetaPWR blend in there, of course. We've got resveratrol, which is a great antioxidant, also increases NAD levels. Sea buckthorn, rose apple, liposomal vitamin C, biotin, etc. I want to go over our little, right down here, the NADH and our NMN. Okay, let's go over that. I'm going to give you some information about it that maybe you haven't heard yet. So this is our yeast longevity complex. Our yeast longevity complex is that has our NMN in it. Okay, that has that's the buzzword right now. And this is done with 100 milligrams a day. Now we need to remember that each sachet of our MetaPWR Advantage has 250 milligrams in it, okay? This was done on healthy men and women aged 50 to 75, okay? And just done in a capsule. So not with all the other things that we have in there, no biotin, liposomal vitamin C. This is just the yeast longevity complex, okay? We tested some epigenetics. The epigenetics that we tested are these genes here. Now you can see, just to explain the graph, placebo is the gray line. The next one, the kind of rose-colored one, is synthetic NMN. And then the redder line is our yeast powder longevity complex. You can see that every time we outperformed the synthetic every single time. So natural NMN is better for you than the synthetic stuff. So just to quickly go through these, Parkin gene, that's the one on the left there, it helps our older cells revert to expressing genes they did when they were younger. The ATG1 and ATG8 cells improve the cell's ability or anti-aging ability, and it prolongs cellular life. So those cells begin acting younger and they live a little bit longer. The FOXO gene, which is the next one over, removes aging cells and protects young cells. So if we have a cell that's getting too old and not functioning properly, the FOXO gene removes that cell and allows room for younger cells. And then our SIRT1 gene is really responsible for regulating metabolic functions of the body. Again, that sugar, carbohydrate, energy conversation that we were having earlier, that SIRT1 gene upregulated makes sure that we're optimizing our energy levels. So the next slide there is looking at fine lines and wrinkles. So what they did is they took individuals at week 0, took pictures of them, fed them into a computer, and the light green lines, the computer identified as very shallow wrinkles. The dark green lines are deeper wrinkles, okay? Again, this isn't about beauty. This is about, are the cells responding the way that we thought that they would respond? At week 8, they did the same thing with the same picture. They found a 10.3% reduction in wrinkles as determined by the computers. So pretty amazing reduction in wrinkles considering it was only 8 weeks. Now, I wish they would have gone 12 weeks because that would have given us a better idea. But even at 8 weeks, at less than half of what we have in our Advantage, this is what they found. Then also, we found it supports healthy cholesterol levels or blood lipid levels. In just 8 weeks, we found an 11.5% reduction in cholesterol. Okay, of the LDL cholesterol. When we look at the LDL to HDL ratio, HDL is the good stuff, LDL is the bad stuff, we found a 16.7% reduction in LDL. Now, let me just be very vulnerable with you all here. So I'm going to share with you some of my own data. Okay, I looked at this. I've always had this kind of borderline cholesterol issue. And so I looked at this data and I thought, let's put it to the test. So at the end of 2022, this is my cholesterol numbers. Total cholesterol of 193, triglycerides of 325, HDL of 31, VLDL of 56, and LDL cholesterol of 106. Okay, so all just a little bit higher than I would want them to. And this has been my cholesterol level since I was in my 30s, all right? So this is 2 years ago. So what I decided to do is put this to the test. I did 2 sachets of my MetaPWR Advantage every day, and I did it for a complete year. I thought, let's see what it does. This is my cholesterol levels at the end of 2023. A total cholesterol of 145. That's about a 50-point reduction in total cholesterol. Look at my LDL, it's 78. That's about a 30-point reduction in LDL cholesterol. Okay, so you can see, and my triglycerides went from 325 down to 202. So pretty significant reduction in cholesterol numbers. So then I have been traveling a lot recently. I've been in South Korea and France and England and Rome and Poland and Canada. And my travel schedule's been crazy recently. And in all of that travel, I ran out of my MetaPWR Advantage. Okay, so over the last 3 months, I've not had my MetaPWR Advantage. Here's my 2024 labs. My LDL cholesterol went right back up to 106. My triglycerides went right back up to 328. And my total cholesterol went right back up to 194. So to me, that shows that there is a significant change in cholesterol when I take my MetaPWR Advantage at 2 sachets a day. So in addition to that, we have also here our CRP level, our C-reactive protein level. And this is an inflammatory marker. It shows how much inflammation we have in the human body. And we can see a reduction in CRP with this as well, a 22.3% reduction. So reminder, the 5 pillars of metabolic health, healthy eating. We do have to change our diet. I have a friend of mine who recently said, it turns out you can't out-supplement a bad diet. That is true. We have to have a good diet and then take our supplements. We have to move every day. The heart is a muscle. It requires movement. We've got to get up and move every day. Make sure we're investing in those connections. Make sure we're managing our stress, helping to calm down that cortisol level in the human body, and making sure that we're doing smart supplementation to make sure that we're taking good quality supplements to help us along our path. So that's all I have for you today. I hope you found that helpful. I hope you found it informative and that you enjoyed that presentation. Addison, how much time do we have left, if any?
We still have some time, Doc, and I think there were some questions maybe on the chat. If maybe we could help to answer those. You still have time. You had 45 minutes.
Perfect. Okay, so
You
let
might
me
as
just
well
see here.
maximize your time while we have you, hey?
Oh, sure. Thank you. So I'm looking at the chat here. Linda, you asked a question. Can you use the whole MetaPWR system and LLV supplements? Yes. I wouldn't have a concern with that, with a stent. That's not a problem. Is the marine collagen the better type to take? I think so, just because the marine collagen is actually sustainably sourced, which is why I like it as well. We know that we're getting good quality collagen from that. What's available for children in the MetaPWR or PB Restore? Children, depends upon how old they are. If they can't swallow a capsule, you can do MetaPWR, you can do the PB Assist still. That's what younger children take. But I still have a 10-year-old and a 12-year-old at home. Both of them take PB Restore every day. So they can take that even as children. So let's see here. Any other? Oh, here we go. Marlene, is it safe for people with diabetes 1 and 2 to use? So complicated question. Type 2 diabetes, absolutely. Type 1 diabetes, it's a little bit more scary just because they are insulin dependent, and this will lower their blood sugar, which then means that if they take the same amount of insulin they were taking and they take our product, it could plummet their blood sugar. Actually, at the convention that we launched this, there was a new mom who had a type 1 diabetic child. She gave him the MetaPWR Advantage, or sorry, the MetaPWR Assist at night before bed with her convention kit that she got. His blood sugar dropped to 54 that night. So a little scary because it did work, right? And so usually for type 1 diabetics, I say use this in conjunction with your doctor. Make sure that you're working with a doctor for that one, okay? But type 2 diabetes, absolutely. And I will tell you that I have many patients that are type 2 diabetics that we've been working with these products, and we're seeing huge reductions in A1C. I have one individual who came to me, his A1C was 12.9%. His A1C is now 6.2%, as he's on half the medications and half the insulin he was taking before at the 12.9%. So it's pretty fantastic. So The MetaPWR oil makes me really hungry. I've played with a number of drops. The effect is the same. Please advise. So yes, it can, because it's helping reduce your glucose, and therefore you're getting cravings. It does make you hungry. My advice for patients that have told me this is that, yes, it's okay to be hungry. We tend to think that hunger is a thing we have to get rid of. And it turns out we don't. We also should not be eating to where we're full. We should be eating to where we're satisfied, or satiety. And so therefore paying attention to, am I no longer hungry? If I'm no longer hungry, I should stop eating. I don't need to consume food until I'm absolutely full to be okay. So Tina asks, does it mean we have to use Advantage every day of our lives? No, it doesn't necessarily mean that. I would say that as you change your lifestyle, so for instance, I've recently started running. And so as I'm able to get out and increase the mileage in my run, then I will be able to reduce probably the use of my Advantage. Also, of course, reducing the cholesterol or reducing the carbohydrates in my diet will also be helpful for that. So, should you use PB Restore every month? From Katerina. Yes, I use it every day. I take PB Restore every single day, knowing that our microbiome is very easily disrupted. And we tend to think about, well, I don't take antibiotics that often, so therefore my microbiome is fine. I mean, of course it does cause significant disruption to our microbiome, but stress causes disruption in our microbiome. Not sleeping well at night disrupts our microbiome. Eating fast food disrupts our microbiome. As a matter of fact, there was a study done by a professor who took a college student, and they paid for fast food meals every day for 10 days, and then tested the microbiome before and tested the microbiome after. What they found is a 42% reduction in the variety of species in the microbiome and the number of bacteria in the microbiome. So basically, fast food was killing off his microbiome. So I know we think, oh my gosh, who would eat fast food for 10 days? But remember, we on occasion take vacations. And when you go on vacation, you're not typically eating home-cooked food. You're eating food that's been cooked by others, and often that will disrupt the microbiome. So for me, I'm a PB Restore every single day sort of a gal. So let's see. Rochelle, does one need to take this indefinitely? I would say as long as you're aging, probably take it. If you've figured out how to stop aging, I think you probably don't have to take it anymore. But for me, my birthdays keep rolling on. And so for me, MetaPWR is one of those things that it's an everyday thing. So I like it. If one's allergic to shellfish, would that be a problem? Our MetaPWR Advantage does not come from shellfish. It comes from fish. So I don't think that would be a problem. What my recommendation would be is, if you have a concern, take a small amount and see how you respond to it before you take a larger amount. So just make sure that you're being smart about that one. For a non-meat eater, is the MetaPWR Advantage the only product that has animal protein? It has fish protein in it. It doesn't have land animals in it, but there is fish in there. So if you're not a pescatarian, if you're not eating fish, and there is no vegan collagen, just to kind of set that straight. We had people asking us, well, why doesn't dōTERRA come out with a vegan collagen? There is no such thing. There is vegan collagen on the market today, but I will tell you that it is not true. Collagen is made only by animals. It's not made by plants. And so just be aware of that when it comes to ordering vegan collagen. It's kind of like ordering a unicorn. It just doesn't exist. So, but you can take your Yarrow Palm as a good, if you're looking for the skin benefits, Yarrow Palm is a great replacement for MetaPWR Advantage if you don't want to consume that one. So Neo, yes, this will help absolutely, with the new diagnosis. So I would take one MetaPWR Advantage with every meal. And if you can, get a continuous glucose monitor. Those that you put on the back of your arm, and your phone acts as your monitor. You can see your blood sugar every day. And having that MetaPWR Assist every day and the MetaPWR Advantage will help you. So, okay. Love that. I don't know who Sparkle and Shine is, but thank you for that testimony on LLV. Great night's rest. Good. So Robin asked the question, is there a positive result in lowering blood pressure when taking MetaPWR or any of these supplements? I would say that I don't have any data on that. The only product that I have data on lowering blood pressure is actually Shinrin-yoku. If you're familiar with that one. Do you guys have that in your market? You have Shinrin-yoku? All right. I can see Bev and Sian nodding. Good. So that one has been shown to lower blood pressure. So take it, or diffusing that for several hours a day. The data is in 8 hours a day. So we did it at nighttime while people were sleeping. Found that it did lower blood pressure. So, okay. Can we get guidance on during a day when using MetaPWR and PB Restore and LLV? Or can they be used all simultaneously? I take mine all at the same time. So I take my LLV and my PB Restore, and I swallow it down with my MetaPWR Advantage, my 2 sachets of MetaPWR Advantage, and I take both of them at the same time. So, okay. Any positive effect on the thyroid if you use this? Potentially, Renee, you might see, particularly if you have some autoimmune thyroid issues, you would potentially see some benefit of this because of the epigenetics that we have, the data that we have. Yes, is it okay to take MetaPWR when you haven't been diagnosed with diabetes or blood pressure issues? Absolutely, yeah. If you're over the age of 25, absolutely. So, have some severe heart when using Advantage. What can cause this? So you have someone who gets severe heart palpitations when using, I'm assuming that's Advantage right there. What can cause this? It may be the NMN in it. I noticed that some folks do get that. I would have them start with a half a sachet a day and see how they do with that. And then Marty wants to know Terrazyme, when you would recommend using that daily. You can use Terrazyme along with your MetaPWR Assist. I know that we originally said don't take Terrazyme with Assist because it doesn't make any sense to block. Remember our DNJ, it blocks one of the enzymes. And then when you take Terrazyme, you're adding more enzyme, right? So we said don't take them together. Doesn't make any sense. And we said we'll do a study and we'll show you why you shouldn't take them together. So we did the study and we were wrong. We were wrong. It turns out Terrazyme and MetaPWR Assist work better when taken together than by themselves. And so we saw greater control of blood sugar when you take Terrazyme with your MetaPWR Assist. So you can take those two together, okay? So just take your Terrazyme with meals there. Struggle with muscle cramps when taking Advantage. Any reason for that? Usually muscle cramps has to do with electrolytes, so your sodium, your potassium, or your magnesium. So my recommendation would be make sure you're getting enough electrolytes in there along with your Advantage. So celery seed for high blood pressure. Celery seed's great for reducing toxins, but I would say for blood pressure, as far as an oil is concerned, Shinrin-yoku and marjoram, or marjoram, depending on how you say it, are helpful for blood pressure issues. Yes. So Prasha, I love your question there. She says that, and forgive me, I'm a doctor, so I kind of just say it like it is. She says her urine is a lot lighter using LLV, PB Restore, and MetaPWR as opposed to the synthetic brands that she used to use. Does this mean your body's absorbing the nutrients better? Yes. It means your body's able to utilize them and they're not just passing through the system straight into the urine where you get that bright yellow urine. that's all the nutrients going out and not really using them. And so, yes, we've created our LLV to be bioavailable and bioabsorbable. So you'll find that you don't have that issue with the LLV that you would with others. Will it be okay to take MetaPWR when taking epilepsy medications? Of course, talk to your doctor about that. If you have epilepsy and you're on medications for that, just be under a doctor's care. If you were my patient, I wouldn't have any concerns with it. But again, consult with your physician about that. And then the last one I think that I have up here is, can you take Terrazyme, LOV, and PB Restore all at once with Advantage? The answer, Charles, is absolutely you can. That's not a problem. You can take all of those together. So, and shouldn't be a problem. So thanks for your time today, guys. It's been so fun to be with you. I've really enjoyed our time together, and I hope to come back down to South Africa and bring my sweetheart. I've talked to Marty about this before, but my wife has an absolute love for Africa. It's just one of the places she is drawn to. And so I look forward to coming down there with her sometime and showing her the beautiful, beautiful, kind people of South Africa, as well as the beautiful country that you're all there. So thank you very much, guys. We appreciate it. Addison, I'll turn it back to you, buddy. Maybe Addison's not on here anymore.
Okay. Thank you so much, Doc. This was very, very informative. I'll tell you right now, I don't know about the rest of the wellness advocates. I'm already taking a challenge with Batle on MetaPWR, making sure that you've got a schedule. Already while you're talking, we're on this religiously so. So this was really, really helpful for us. And I can see even the comments, they are saying, thank you so much. And yes, we would really love to host you and your wife. Please come back any day. We are ready for you to come back. And thank you so much for taking your time and being with us tonight. It's really, really appreciated. So, Ryan, if you can quickly, I just want to take our leaders through the promotions that we're running in January. We didn't want to bombard them with the calls, and we're we'll do this on this call, and I'll just quickly go through that. Yes, the product of the month that we have, we all know that if you place an NRP order of 125 PV or more between the 1st and the 15th of January, you will receive the Motivate Touch 10 mils, as well as free shipping. So this is available for you. Please place your orders, and this is what you will be getting for this month. Thank you, Ryan. And what do we have on 10%? You would love this. I absolutely love this kids collection. What a way to start the new year. And we've got this for you, for your kids. You get a 10% off on this kit. Please take advantage of the promotions to help you start in a new year. And the next one is I think everybody was just so excited about this one outside of the MetaPWR. We've heard you. We have extended this promotion. It is extended to until the 15th of January. So for all your 200 PV extensions, if you place that during this month, from the 1st and the 15th, you will be gifted with this. We know frankincense, it's just that oil for everything. Nobody should live without this oil. So you gotta get those orders in. You will be getting the frankincense. Just to reiterate, it is from the 1st until the 15th when you do your 200 PV orders and above. And what a way to start, and this for me, one of my utmost favorite. We'd really love to have a lot of people joining us. I mean, we are here to heal the earth. So we've got an enrollment promotion for you, and we are saying how the way to start. Enroll with 50 PV, and your enrollment fee will be waived. But we know as well, somebody will start with that, or others will say, no, I'm enrolling with a 100 PV kit or more, and you will get your enrollment fee waived, and you will also receive a free gift of a Citrus Bliss 15 mils gifted to you for a new enrollment. So you will get those gifts as you enroll. Remember, 50 PV, just the enrollment fee will be waived. But when you do 100 PV and above, when you enroll a new person joining us, your enrollment fee will be waived and you will be gifted with a Citrus Bliss oil, 15 mils oil. So please do that. Let's get the people joining us. We'd love to have people joining our family. We all about healing the earth. We are dōTERRA after all. Next slide, Ryan. Guys, this is new. I'm so excited to launch. This is a new product launch. We are having our Myst Diffuser and Malama 15 mils oil. Apparently, this blend, it's so great to purify your space. We all know it's a new year. We are purifying our spaces, the energies. When you go to the office, you really don't want to miss out on this. And just look how beautiful and portable that diffuser is, that you can take everywhere with you. So just take note of the SKU number and make sure that you get this. I, for one, I'll be getting this for my office and I'll be getting it for my home because, you know, out with the old and new with the and in with the new. So this is the way we are saying to you and how best to launch this in January and on this call so that everybody will start. When we do those resolutions and we do everything, we starting gym, we doing this. You would want to have this with you everywhere you go. It's so portable. It's so nice. It's a beautiful blend. I've smelled it. It smells divine. You really don't want to miss this. So I'm really excited about this. Do get that. Take note of the SKU number as well and place your orders and share with your teams as well. Yeah, I see the notes as well. The plug, it so easily replaces fragrance. Wow, that's good. And you know, you can take it everywhere, and people are confirming what I just said to say the blend smells divine. You would really want to get this. And yeah, last but not least, I think Edison spoke about it. I think this is the big one that you really, really want to take advantage of this. I don't see us repeating this anytime soon. So please get yourself this New Year bundle. When you buy the bundle, which consists of your Advantage, your Assist, MetaPWR Assist, and your beadlets, when you buy this, you will get a free MetaPWR Advantage. We just learned right now, and we just got an information how important that Advantage is for us. And I used to do 1 sachet, and if I need to do 2 sachets, I will get to make use of this promotion. So get this promotion, take note of the SKU, because if you order it using the normal one, you won't get this. So take the SKU is there for you. Just make sure that you get the SKU and then you place this one. You don't want to miss out on this. Like I said, I'm not sure we're going to repeat this. So we always say, walala, wasala. You snooze, you lose. So I'm sure you don't want to snooze. You want to grab this. So get on with it. And yeah, I think that's about it from us. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. It has been an awesome call, and I think all of you have learned as much as I learned. And yeah, let this year be everything that you hope for. I just wish every success in your dōTERRA business, and we are here to support you. And with that, I would say good night, everybody. See you on your next call. We won't have another call for January for the promotion launch. This was that call. Then we'll see you in February for the promotional call as well. Thank you so much once again to Dr. Riggs joining us, and to the rest of you. Have a great evening. See you next month. Thank you. Bye.